Welcome back to the GloryHunter. We were channeling World Cup vibes in the last episode, where we seemed to be coming from behind in a similar fashion to how we were with England over the summer. Unfortunately, our luck ran out against Newcastle, but today we're hoping our luck stays strong all day long. We've Bournemouth to start, and we'll also play Leicester and Spurs today. And we will sim the Champions League game against Roma. We are already guaranteed progression, and finishing first or second doesn't really bother me at this stage. I'd rather concentrate on the league football and let the Champions League football deal with itself in a sim. Also try and ensure that England qualify for the Euro 2028 tournament. So the Poland game will hopefully have a positive outcome as well. And then, well, December's quite busy, to say the least. So we will crack on moving through the month of December over the next couple of days as well. And then it'll be January time where we'll wait and see what happens. There's some money to play with, and we could maybe raise some extra funds. We shall wait and see how it pans out. But for now, Bournemouth on 4 points after 10 games. Are they bottom? They aren't. 4 points from 10 games, and they're not bottom. Aston Villa with 3 points, and so far winless, are bottom. Oh dear, lads. Oh dear, oh dear. Leicester in 9th, as well as the other side we play today, as well as Spurs in 5th, who are right there level with us on 19 points. So big games today with regards to the Premier League, and hopefully we can get ourselves top of the table come the end of the month. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save. Of course, it really does help the content, and I'd appreciate it very much indeed. And thank you, of course, as well, to Dawson for joining the Patreon. Very much appreciate that, my man. You were with us on stream when you did it. Very kind of you. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it very much. The VIP tier as well, which is top level support. Right, let's go and show some top level football and go and beat Bournemouth as Erling Haaland wins Player of the Month for October. Let's keep that going for a new month, shall we? Your Bournemouth team today, 4-2-3-1, so it's not necessarily a massively defensive formation. Bruno Varela in goal, Mikel Ray at right back, Lautaro Yannetti, then Alejandro Frances, and an aging Marcos Acuna at left back. Christian Aslani, at CDM with Carlos Rodriguez alongside him. Golovin on the left, Sotil on the right at 81 rated, Marcus Tavernier at cam, and then Gaetan Laborde up top. Or Laborde? Laborde or Laborde? Not sure. Up top for them. The Frenchman, they've got pacey Christian Sadie on the bench, a little bit of quality with Lewis Cook as well. Other Tavernier, James on the bench, the right back. Dom Solanke's there, Lucas Jansson's there, Jack Stacey. They've got some options. The options on the bench are about the same level as those in the starting 11. I'll have that, thank you. Well, in Mr. Diaz. Foden will lift this and use the pace of Bellini to get there. Down and on his left. Goal! Fabio Bellini, the man that's followed us from Juventus to Dortmund to Manchester, gives us a 1-0 lead in Bournemouth. Tavernier out wide. We'll bring that down as well. Cancelo, calm down. He went for me there. Dembele trying to squeeze that round the corner. They've won it back. It was a bit of a press, actually, from the midfield there. There's some space here. Tavernier helps it on its way to Sotil. We'll stick with Joao Cancelo. Pedri's done well. Just sticking a toe in. That'll get the ball away. Yannetti closes me down quickly, and Bournemouth will want it back again. Erling was a little bit slow to react to that. That's good footwork. And in the box here with Gaetan Laborde, Ederson makes the save down low. That's the sort of Ederson save I want to see at the near post. Thank you very much. That's a decent corner. It's well won by Yannetti. And over the bar from Ederson again. Needed saving. Good corner routine, that. Looking for something similar. He's got the run on the defender this time rather than just outright beating him in a jumping battle. This time, Yannetti can't get it on target. Bournemouth clearly will be dangerous from set pieces. So don't foul anyone and try not to let them have any corners. A bit dangerous, but we got rid of it. Ruben Diaz back to Joao Cancelo. Dembele can get past his man. We would have been in. Erling's going, but I don't want to just play through ball to Erling, through ball to Erling, through ball to Erling. We'll try and put together some better moves. Although perhaps I regret not just scoring the same goal again and again and again, because Bournemouth have taken the ball and put it in the back of the net the other way when I could quite easily have done it going right to left. Elected not to just play a simple through ball and race away with Erling and score as we have done numerous times this season. Thought I'd try and have a little bit of variety in my gameplay and the way that we're scoring goals. Yeah, that's a decision that's gone well for you there, isn't it, Ches? Maybe I should just play the ball through to Erling Haaland with through balls and do that all day long. Only hope that he's onside next time I do it. Bellini will go down the line, and Foden's actually made a great run. I should have lifted it, really, with Pedro Porro. It's my fault for not playing it through the air towards Phil Foden. As Franz says, it's 1-1 as we approach half-time, and Bournemouth are very much in this game. It certainly hasn't been like the Southampton one, has it? Or even close to it. And there was a hand used in there, and we'll get the free kick. That'll be a great time to score before half-time, if we can. Foden is in a good position. Bellini's gone again, but we'll look for Erling through the gap. Actually going to cut this back here, and again, and Usman blocked by Ray. Bellini deciding not to get involved in the attack. Erling having to use his strength there. Here's Bellini again, and then looking for Foden. I do have the option wide right. Pedro Porro looking to get in behind, and does so. And Erling's there in the middle. I'll tuck this back, and there's, a great block by Yannetti is what's there. Pedri. We ran away from it. All right, cheers then. Ousmane Dembele's picked up a knock as well, apparently. This has been an indifferent one, hasn't it? Don't get much out of Phil Foden, do I? I don't feel like I get much out of Phil Foden anyway in this City side at the moment. Ousmane Dembele is carrying a knock and will be coming off shortly. Now watch Foden go and bang this into the back of the net. Porro will just nod this down, looking for Camavinga, but Aslani's done brilliantly to cut that out. Gaetan Laborde trying to force him away. We've done that well. But just past the hour mark now, and we're still locked at a goal apiece here against Bournemouth. They've had a lot of... I can't see because the bloody flag. They've had a lot of possession. Oh, it's just opened up for them. Changed to the wrong man. I thought I was changing to Ruben Dias, so I went to run towards the ball. Ended up changing to Bremer and running away from the ball. Well done, Ches. We're 2-1 down against the side on the south coast. This is polar opposite to the 7-0 I was hoping to get. It was we run away with Bremer there. It's a brilliant finish. Take nothing away from that. Dembele off now as he was injured. On comes Cole Palmer. And as Liverpool, who were top of the table, were at half-time losing to Newcastle and seeing their title challenge flounder a little bit, we're watching ours do the same. We had Erling come on and score a late goal for us in a game that was locked at 2-2 in yesterday's episode. I'm hoping that perhaps he can get me a second on this occasion. I'd be quite happy with a 2-2 at the end of the game. Squeeze that through that gap, looking for Camavinga. And little passes like that just haven't come off for me in this game. Foden, if he can make me a run. I kind of wanted him to run outside the defender, and he ran between the two, which hasn't helped Palmer get that back. But wasn't meant for Bellini, it was meant for Pedri, and just not having much luck in this first game of the day. So much for concentrating on the Premier League and simming the Roma game. Ches, Gaetan Laborde with the ball switched that wide here to Golovin. And the Russian, after scoring the first, has been heavily involved in everything that they've done down this left-hand side. And is looking to try and get them a third. Gaetan Laborde in behind. Bremer this time does defend well. And we'll get rid of it. Get that down the line to Bellini. And I would just take a quite simple, regular counter-attack here. But I've got no support. Very slow to get forward here. Camavinga, Foden, he'll have the pace to get away. And hopefully, the finish on the end of it. I couldn't get much luckier. It's fallen straight to Pedri. It's 2-2. We'll take it. And there's still time to find a winner. Foden probably should have buried that anyway. Although it was quite close to the keeper by the time he took the shot. Pedri with a simple finish. Come on then. Let's find a third. Trying to show some good footwork. Camavinga's there on the edge of the box again. Foden still here with me. Out to Pedro Porro. Into Camavinga. And across looking for Erling. Pedri dummied it, as I hoped he would, but it doesn't find Erling, and unfortunately, that's probably the last chance of the game. For me, anyway. There might be one yet for Bournemouth. Sotil needs to find a ball. He's had to go backwards. The referee should blow his final whistle. He says, wishfully, Tavernier around the corner. Offside, there is the final whistle. It's a draw. Down at the Vitality, which is not ideal, but certainly better than it could have been. And if you look at the stats, it was an even game. Within 3 passes of each other, over 100 as well. 7 shots each. 7 tackles to 8 tackles. Can't split the possession either. Bournemouth have earned themselves that point. Newcastle do beat Liverpool. It was 1-0 at half-time. It's 2-0 at full-time. Manchester United pick up 3 points, which is slightly frustrating. And as we go and have Poland next in the international tournament, we still find ourselves 4th in the table. 4 points off Manchester United at the top and closing in on Liverpool. However, Leeds do have a game in hand. That game in hand will be played against Everton, presumably the day that we're on in game. Indeed, it will. So let's see if Everton have managed to get themselves... player injured. That's annoying. Oh no, that was Ousmane Dembele, presumably from the last game. 4 weeks. We can deal with that. Cole Palmer will come in. Right. Did Leeds win that game? Are they now top of the table on 25? Or if they drop points and we can still close the gap? They only drew. So 4 points the gap. 3 to second. 4 to first. Next up for us, Leicester. Leicester with a 4-1-4-1. They've got, even though they've got a 78 rated goalkeeper, the rest of the side, pretty good. Jeremy Frimpong at right back. Yerry Mina, Wesley Fofana back at Leicester, and Raynan Lodi at left back. Boubacar Kamara holding with Stipe Nasevic, the Luka Modric regen, alongside Lovro Maia. Then Alberto Melero on the left, who's a player I'm not familiar with, but 85 rated. Nico Gonzalez on the right as well, and an 82 rated Gerard Moreno up top. Weak in goal, weaker at striker, weak-ish at striker. And even though Yerry Mina is only 79 rated, he is a monster of a man. So I don't expect Leicester to be a pushover whatsoever. But back in front of our own fans, after a frustrating result last time out, really want better now. Cole Palmer is in on the left-hand side for the injured Ousmane Dembele. And hopefully, he'll be able to get the business done. Oh, that's lovely. Erling! 1-0! That's the start you're after. Gonzalez again onside. Space here for Najevic. Cut back. Ederson makes the save. Relatively straightforward, but doesn't always make those saves, does he? Who's going to win this? It's going to be Joao Cancelo, which he does well. Camavinga clears. As far as Melero, he's been influential in everything so far. Yerry Mina knocked off it. Cole Palmer through that gap for Foden. He's in. Completely cut their defence apart with that one. And Foden finishes. It's Manchester City 2, Leicester 0. Clinical counter-attack. Camavinga. Foden. Out wide. Bellini. Erling. Pedri. Oh, should maybe have gone across goal. I tried to just power it in at the near post. Take the corner, Pedri. It's a decent one. Right. It's not a decent one. Bellini under control. Oh, I want to hit that so bad, but I won't. Ruben Diaz. I'm actually going to float this back out wide, looking for Pedri again. With a good first touch. Could set himself up for a delivery. Erling is in there. Hit Renan Lodi's arm. We will get a delivery from a decent position. Yeah, I'm gonna take this with Erling Haaland, aren't I? Absolutely. No. Foden can take this. And we will just lift it. Looking for Big Erling. And find Big Erling. But not get a goal. Nice through ball. Oh, nice touch. Very nearly an extremely well-worked goal. Out of nowhere, Leicester. And Renan Lodi's coming across. Erling's going again. Camavinga looking for Foden. Looking for Erling. Looking for Pedri. It's 3. That was nice. I like that. That'll be the result then. Surely they don't come back from here, Leicester. Oh, that was not the best of challenges. Porro did well to get out of the way of that. Let's try and get Erling a headed goal, shall we? Pull it in. Oh! 10 out of 10 for effort. But unfortunately not. A little back heel could set Pedri into some space. Oh, and that'd have been beautiful. I mean, fair play to Erling for going for it. I didn't quite float it where he needed it, did I? Oh, dearie me. 50p head. Over the bar. No fourth goal. 3's enough, though. If we'd have drawn this game against the really good Leicester side and beaten Bournemouth, we'd have been happy enough with 4 points from the 2 games. So I can't really whinge and complain too much about still coming away with 4 points from these 2 games. It's just the manner in which they came about was a bit unorthodox. Really straightforward 3-0 win against Leicester City. And with Tottenham Hotspur next to play, personally, And Roma midweek, as Newcastle continue their run. 5-1 winners there away from home. It's Champions League football against Roma next, where we'll rest a few players. We'll rest quite a few players indeed, actually. And we'll then go and play Tottenham Hotspur. So simulating the game against Roma in the Champions League. They are currently top of the table on 12. We are second on 9, I believe. And then the side below us in third, Marseille, are on 6. I think it's Marseille. I might be mistaken. I think it's Marseille. They're on 3. So we are 6 points clear. And as such, with 2 games to go, effectively through. Steaua Bucharest, Roma. My brain is telling me it's Marseille, but I might be getting confused with the player save. Regardless, we're effectively already through. And a point here will absolutely guarantee it for sure with a game to spare. But if we can win this, then we might top the group. But the Champions League groups are so mismatched at the minute that finishing first or finishing second doesn't really give us any sort of preference or favourable draw for the next round, because there are some big sides in second in their group as well as some big sides that are top of their group. So doesn't really matter. We've gone 1-0 down here early on, as you can quite clearly see. Their side is very good. We obviously lost 3-2, or by 3-2 against them earlier in the season, and they're outrageous. Kuka Steels is at 85-86. Virgil van Dijk's 88. Martinez is 86, I think. Salisu 85. Berardi's 83. Nico Gonzalez is 85 in the middle. Marcos Llorente's 85. Zaniolo's 88. Jonathan David's 85. Oyarthabal's 86. And Asimham's like 88 as well or something, or 87. So they've got an extremely good side. And you can see on the right-hand side that I have rotated. I've got Rafamir and Grealish as the 2 players you can't see under Calderon and Bellini. Obviously, the game against Tottenham at the weekend is more important to us than this one. But that's a great equaliser from Kevin De Bruyne, who's certainly showing that there is a lot of quality still in this starting 11. And we'll go in at the break at a goal apiece. We've had a lot of the ball and a lot of efforts in this game. 5 to go, approaching the final whistle. Roma looking to try and find themselves a winner with only their 4th shot of the game compared to our 13. And this is actually the lowest percentage possession we've had all game, I think. We're in. Oh, we scored late in the first half. We scored late in the second half. And both times it's Kevin De Bruyne, the Belgian wizard, with practically the last kick of the game. Wins us the victory away from home in Rome at the Stadio Olimpico. We will go level with them at the top of the group then, with Steaua Bucharest left to play. And now it's time to go and play Tottenham Hotspur in a very important Premier League fixture. This Spurs side, pretty damn decent. 5 at the back for them. Alban Lafont, Jed Spence, Betsir Omaragic, I think, at centre-back. Then an 86 rated Presnel Kimbembe, Diego Carlos and Taro Malacia. It's the weakest part of their side, their defence. Then an 89 Ryan Gravenberg and an 89 Nicolo Barella. 87 Kulusevski, 86 Sofiane Diop, and then an 89 rated Darwin Nunez spearheading the attack. Yikes. We are going to be up against it to beat this Tottenham side. Not only are they strong, but 5 back as well. Not looking forward to this one. This could very much end in a defeat. They are a single point behind us in the league, so provided we can at least get a point, we will stay above them. Obviously, we want to win, but I certainly wouldn't expect to win a fixture like this by any means. But Cole Palmer's away here. Jed Spence is one of the fastest players on the pitch right now. I also have no one to aim for, so I'm going to have to turn back and look for support. But support we have. Camavinga is waiting there, and Bellini rides a challenge well. Oh, it might pop FIFA Foden here. Look for Bellini. Look for Bellini. Beat the man. Malassia's done well. That's what I mean about 5 backs. You get to the edge of the box, and if you haven't got someone to immediately cross to when you're on a counter-attack, there is nowhere to go. Nunez, options out wide. Taking his time, though. Finding Sofiane Diop. Kulusevski, oh, the bloody ball roll. Every time, it's just a simple ball roll. Forget your wacka-wackas and your rainbow flicks. All you need is a little ball roll, and it just sells me every time. Kulusevski in here, little ball roll. Ruben Dias overcommits, and a simple finish on his left foot. It's his 9th goal in 13 games for Tottenham this season. Kulusevski's having a wonderful year, let alone how many assists he might well have to go along with that. Tottenham are 1-0 to the good. Switch out wide. Joao Cancelo and Pedri to Camavinga and Foden. Looking out wide. And he'll lift it. Oh, it was there, ready and waiting. Ready and waiting, Erling, and that was going to find him as well, I'm sure of it. Joao Cancelo with the throw. It was meant for Pedri. Cole Palmer gets it quickly to Bellini here. Can I find a ball through looking for Erling? No, Presnel Kimpembe's in the way. There's just too many bloody defenders. Darwin Nunez. Oh, it's nice. Kulusevski, Darwin Nunez again. He's wound up. Headed to that top corner. That absolutely needed the interception from the goalkeeper's strong arm to stop it nesting in the top corner. Sofiane Diop, he's a bit tricky as well, apparently. Pedri trying his best. Kululu, good block. It'll fall back. Win that. Bremer gets up nicely. Deary me, Tottenham are pushing. This Tottenham team is so hard to play against. Diego Carlos Gravenberg, it's 2. They're all over me, and they are the better team right now. Lassia's only real option is to go backwards with a throw, or super short. Barella, wonderful first touch. Porro steps in. Bellini will complete the clearance. Just going to have to rely on his pace to get away there. Well, actually, use his pace again. Malassia's been so quick in that left-back position. He's been a nightmare to play against. I'll pull this back looking for Phil Foden. I had to turn. There was no way I was going to be able to take a first touch going in a forwards direction there. Bellini. Haaland. Under control at least. Oh, I just wanted that pass to Camavinga and I might have been able to have a shot away. Ah, pain in the arse. Tottenham are really bloody good here. Pedro Porro into Bellini. Foden. Haaland has just drifted offside. Pedri is here with me. Out to Cole Palmer. I don't know which way to try and attack this Tottenham side. I don't know whether to go out wide to try and let them come onto me and then catch them on the counter. We'll just do that. But there was no specific game plan in that. It was just passing to whoever was free. It was the obvious pass at that particular time. There was good movement by Bellini, though. He seemed dart in front of Malacia there. That's what made the goal. Got away from the left-back. Although the left-back paid him no fucking attention whatsoever. Like, as Bellini moves forwards here, Malacia should follow and then try and get goal side again. But what he actually does is back up backwards and not run anywhere near him. He's literally just run off. The lack of defensive intelligence in this game this year is game-breaking. It's so bad. And personal opinion, I think it's built that way because it's intending for it to be used in Ultimate Team that the opposing team would be user-controlled and that they would manually change to Malacia here and close the man down. They're trying not to make the AI too strong in helping the user, which is fine for Ultimate Team, but when you play career mode, you need the AI to actually have some level of intelligence because there is no user to make that intelligent defensive call for the defender. They have to make that for themselves. You need either to have intelligent defenders and put up with the AI's too strong, or you need one gameplay model for online gameplay and you need a different defensive AI model for career mode AI CPU gameplay because it does not work the way it is right now. It looks stupid. It plays awfully and it's been the same all year and has progressively been getting worse over the past 2 or 3. What Malacia is doing there makes no footballing sense whatsoever. You either need an online gameplay and an offline gameplay, or you need to make the defensive unit actually fucking work and make intelligent defensive decisions. Because career mode is fucking broken gameplay-wise and has been for years in various different ways. Stemming from the online Ultimate Team community complaining about this or complaining about that. And they change it and it works wonderfully for Ultimate Team, but they don't take into account what it's going to do for the offline gameplay for career mode. And it absolutely breaks it every single year. Havenberg, back to Malacia. Darwin Nunez, nice tackle by Bremer. Get rid of it. Just won't fucking work. Palmer, to Erling. He's up against too many defenders there. It's not going to work. It's a great ball into Bellini, though. If I can just nod that. Okay, I'm supposed to go to Foden. Bellini, or whatever. We're still progressing well. Phil Foden, 2-2. Some really dodgy passing in there, but we don't care. We've come from 2 down and we've levelled it up in London. And there's plenty of time for either side to find a winner. Lovely movement from Phil. Backing away from the defender who, again, just pays him no fucking attention whatsoever. And we've buried it. Great finish. Again, just for you guys, the man that's with Phil Foden here, whatever number he is, the guy that's just to Foden's left, over his shoulder. Phil Foden's going to make a run here. He's going to make a move, and the defender just look, you can see he's engaged, and he's just like, I've got nothing to do now. Just stands and watches. It makes you want to pull your hair out, because it's every single game you play has shit like that happen. Every single game you play. You can see him. He's active in the play. Foden moves. And rather than continue to be an active defender, he just switches off. And just starts ball watching as if he's an attacker at the other end of the pitch. It's like, oh, not my guy anymore. Because it registers the defender that's just with Haaland here. The black guy, not the white guy. It registers him as now the active defender to close Foden down. So the number 14's just like, well, it's not my guy anymore. There is no defensive intelligence there whatsoever, and it drives me insane. And every career mode content creator feels the exact same way and just doesn't fucking say anything because there's no point saying anything. We just cover up our frustrations to try and create entertaining content. I should be delighted because I've come from 2-0 down to 2-2. Yes, the rant's continuing. But I am nothing but fucking frustrated because I've only got those 2 goals because the gameplay is shit defensively. It's the only reason I scored both those goals. It's because the gameplay doesn't work. Defensive AI doesn't work. Kramer. Oh, I was trying to get that to Bellini. Here's Erling. Good touch. And pass. Camavinga's got a little bit of space here. Foden showed some movement. We could have played him in. Erling. I get this around the corner. In fact, Erling could be in. Haaland here. Oh, Kimpembe does brilliantly to force him wide and get the block in. Right, Pedri to take this delivery. It will be a wonderful time to score a winning goal. Kevin De Bruyne gets under that. Camavinga, I'm trying to sprint towards it. He just wouldn't run. Cole Palmer, you better win this, pal. He's done well. De Bruyne, Erling's there. Oh, and Kimpembe stepped in front. Some intelligent defending for once. And hey, what? I didn't score. 2-2 is the final result here against Tottenham, just as it was against Bournemouth. That was such a difficult game to play. And then the goals, when they actually came, were too easy. But I'm not going to go on another rant about AI. That will see us take on Everton next as we stay 5th in the Premier League. Leeds have dropped to 3rd now. And we are 6 points away from Manchester United. We had only drawn 1 game so far this season prior to kick-off today. But having picked up only 2 points from Spurs and Bournemouth, we find ourselves in 5th. If we'd beaten Bournemouth, we could have been on 26 and level with Newcastle and above Newcastle actually on goal difference. But it wasn't to be. It's not a problem. It's still in our hands this season with games to play here, there and everywhere throughout the course of the remainder of the year. December Really does have games here, there, and everywhere. Everton, Brighton, Steaua Bucharest, and Arsenal will be tomorrow. Then, a hell of an episode. Leeds, Liverpool, Forest, Newcastle in the Prem, with Wickham thrown in there in the Cup as well, which we should be able to get through with a simulation, and we'll do the same against Forest. It'll be Leeds, Liverpool, and Newcastle that we play in that one, and then it's the January transfer window. Let me know what you think about the defensive AI. I'm sure almost the majority of you agree with me, but it is always good to gauge feedback so I can gather what the general community consensus is when giving the feedback to devs. It's not just me going on a rant, it's me ranting whilst also actively expressing the feeling of the community as a whole. Right, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.